Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Not that clear voice.
Voice is clear.
Maybe for me it is a problem. Maybe can some Navina Mata is that good.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायण नमस्कृत्यं चरत्वमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमधीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवदुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. We are going through the purports of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 10, from verse number 10. So this is the battle between the demigods and Vritrasura. Aho dainyam aho kashtam parakyai kshana bhangurai yan nopa kuryad aswartair martasva gnati vigrahai. This is what is saying. This is one of the important verses for us. If we can remember, our life can become successful. Yeah. I'm opening the purports for myself, but so this is one of the principles that we should try to live. This body, which is eatable by jackals and dogs after death, does not actually do any good for me, the spirit soul. It is usable only for a short time and may perish at any time, any moment. The body and its possessions, its riches, relatives must all be engaged for the benefit of others, or else they will be sources of tribulation, miseries. The reason why I actually stopped day before yesterday before this verse is because this verse has a high relevance and importance for our life. Sometimes we either take more care of the body or sometimes neglect. And here, Dadichi is saying, what is the use of the body? I mean, Indra, what is the use of the body if it's not used properly? In fact, in the purport, Prabhupada refers Srimad Bhagavatam 10:22-35. Etavat janma safalyam dehinam api dehishu praner arther diya vacha shreya acharanam sada. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence, and words. This is mission of life from Srimad Bhagavatam. Etad, etavad, sorry, etavad janma safalyam. One's own body and the bodies of his friends and relatives, as well as one's own riches and everything else one has, should be engaged for the benefit of others. This is very important, and especially for Indians, or at least one who is born in India. Hmm. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 941, he says, Bharata bhumite haile manushya janma yara, janma sartaka kari kara para upakara. How to make this life safalya, successful, is one who has taken birth as a human being. Bharata bhumile bhumite haila manushya janma yara. Whoever has taken manushya janma in Bharata Varsha should make his life safal. Janma sartaka kari kara para upakar. One should do this. The word upakar, upakuryat means para upakar, helping others. Of course, in human society, there are many institutions to help others, but because Philanthropists do not know how to help others. Their propensity for philanthropy is ineffect, ineffectual, not perfect, not useful. They do not know the ultimate goal of life, which is Shreya Acharana, which is to please the Supreme Lord. If all philanthropic and humanitarian activities were directed towards achieving the ultimate goal of life, to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they would all be perfect. Humanitarian work without Krishna is nothing. Krishna must be brought um, to the center of all our activities. Otherwise, no activity will have value. Hmm. And then Shukadev Goswami said, Dadichi thus resolved to give his body to the service of the demigods. He placed himself, the spirit soul, at the lotus feet of the Lord, and in this way gave up his gross material body made of five senses. The purport is lengthy, but here there is a reference. Mayavad philosophers misunderstand the description of Bhagavatam. Therefore, Sri Ramanuja Swami in his book Vedanta Tattvasara has described that this merging of the soul means that after separating himself from the material body made of eight elements earth, water, fire, air, ether, false ego, mind, and intelligence. I don't know if I'm, yeah, Pragati Mataji, if you're there, you may pay attention here. He says, Sripad Ramanujacharya is saying from the Vedanta Tattva Sara. Vedanta, already it is the gist of the Veda. Tattva Sara. The Tattva means the essence, the nature, yeah, the Jnana, and Sara, summary of it is from that it says the individual soul engages himself in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his eternal form. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. The material cause of material elements absorbs the material body and the spiritual soul assumes its original position. As described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jivera Swarupa hai Nityera Krishnadas, Krishnera Nityadas. The constitutional position of living entity is that he is the eternal servant of Krishna. When one overcomes the material body through cultivation of spiritual knowledge and devotional service, one can revive his own position and thus engage in the service of the Lord. And saying so, Dadichi controlled his senses, life force, mind, and intelligence and became absorbed in trance. Thus, he cut all the material bonds. He could not perceive how his material body became separated from him. And then, Athendro Vajra Udyamya Nirmitam Vishwakarmana Mune Shaktibir Utsikto Bhagavat Tejasanvitaha Vrito Deva Gane Sarver Gajendropari Ashobhata Stuyamano Muni Gane Kailokyam Harshayan Iva. And then King Indra, he could make this thunderbolt weapon from the bones of Dadichi. He rode on the elephant Airavata, surrounded by all the demigods, while all the sages offered him praise. Thus he shone very beautifully, pleasing the three worlds as he rode off to kill Vritrasura. And now Vritrasura, hmm, hmm, they went. As Rudra, being very angry at Antaka, had formally run toward Antaka to kill him, Indra angrily with great force attacked Vritrasura, who was surrounded by the leaders of demonic armies. And then here there is a description of when this has happened at the end of Satya Yuga and the beginning of Treta Yuga. Usually, when the yugas are changing, there is something called Yuga Sandhi, between two yugas. A fierce battle took place between the demigods and the demons on the bank of Narmada. In the purport, Prabhupada mentions the five sacred rivers in India: Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, and Krishna are all celestial. Here in Narmada does not mean the Narmada river in India. when we are saying the bank of Narmada. Like the Ganges river, the Narmada river also flows in the higher planetary systems. The battle between the demigods and the demons took place in the higher planets. The word Prathame Yuge means in the beginning of the first millennium, that is to say, in the beginning of Vaivashvata Manvantar. Uh, in in one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus who each live for 71 millenniums. The four yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali, constitute one millennium. We are presently in Manvantara of Vaivasvata Manu, who is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Imam Vivasvate uh, Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam. So, we are now in the 28th millennium of Vaivasvata Manu, but this fight took place in the beginning of Vaivasvata Manu's first millennium. One can historically calculate how long ago the battle took place. Since each millennium consists of 4,300,000 years, and we are now in the 28th millennium, some 120,400,000 years have passed since the battle took place on the bank of the river Narmada. Some historical reference. So, O king, when all the asuras, Shukadeva Goswami is saying, when all the asuras came onto the battle headed by Vritrasura, they saw the king Indra carrying the thunderbolt and surrounded by the Rudras, Vasus, Adityas, Ashwini Kumaras, Pitas, Vahnis, Maruts, Rubhus, Sadhyas, and Vishwadeva surrounded by his company. Indra shone as brilliantly that his effulgence was intolerable to the demons. Namuchi, Sambaro, Anarva, Dimurdha, Rishabho, Shura, Hayagriva, Shankushira, Viprachiti, Ayo, Mukha, Uloma, all them, they were also hundreds, many hundreds and thousands of demons, demi-demons, Rakshasas, Yakshas, headed by Sumali, Mali. I don't know if you know, Sumali is the father of um, Sumali is the father of, is it Ravana? I'm distracted. Hmm. Urishrava is the father of Ravana. So Sumali is the father of Mandodari. Uh, can someone confirm? Sumali is the uncle of Ravana. So I think Sumali is the father of Mandodari. Anyway, yeah. So here we can see the reference. Yeah. Um, yeah. Anyway, so many Rakshasas were there, and there were so many, all dressed in gold and ornaments, gave pain to the demigods with weapons like clubs, bludgeons, arrows, barbed darts, mallets, and lances, and all these things. Mm. And then the battle was so terrific that as the stars in the sky cannot be seen when covered by dense clouds, the demigods, being completely covered by the network of arrows, falling upon them one after another, could not be seen. And then, what did the devatas do? Uh, as their weapons and mantras decreased, the demons began showering mountain peaks, trees, and stones upon the demigod soldiers. But the demigods were so powerful and expert that they nullified all these weapons by breaking them to pieces. When all of them they thought, oh, it's too much to handle. Sarve prayasa bhavan, sarve prayasa. The other is survey all the endeavors. Abhavan were vimogan, futile, krita deva ganeshu daityaihi, krishnaanukuleshu yatha mahatsu kshudre prayukta ushati ruksha vachaha. And then all these things happened. Then similarly, all the efforts of the demons against the demigods who were favorably situated under the protection of Krishna were futile. Hmm? Just like when insignificant persons use rough words to cast false, angry accusations against saintly persons, their futile words do not disturb the great personalities. Prabhupada refers in the purport, there is a Bengali saying that if a vulture curses a cow to die, the curse will not be effective. Similarly, accusations made by demonic persons against devotees of Krishna cannot have any effect. The demigods are devotees of Krishna. Then, therefore, the curses of demons were futile. And then, after this, the asuras, who were never devotees of Krishna, lost their pride in fighting when they found all their endeavors futile. So, leaving aside their leader, even in the very beginning of the fight, they decided to flee because their prowess had been taken away by the enemy. Seeing all these things, then um, uh, Vritrasura called, oh heroes of demons, oh Viprachitti, oh Namusha, oh Namushi, oh Puloma, oh Maya, oh Anarva, and Sambara, please hear me and do not flee. Oh my God, what did I say? Sumali. Sumali is Kaikasi's father. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So Jatasya
Kaikas is
Mritor Dhruva Eva.
brother.
Sir,
Yeah,
Sumali's brother,
yeah. Ravana's
mm,
maternity uncle.
maternal uncle. No? So yeah,
Mm,
oh, Kaikasi's brother.
brother.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, because Mandodari's father is Maya.
Mm.
So yeah, when I'm here reading, no, oh Maya, oh Narva. Yeah. So
Is
and
the
then
father of Prabhuji.
sorry,
Google says Sumal is the father of Kaikeshi.
father only, na? Yeah, I remember that only. And Kaikasi's brother is also bad. I mean, yeah. I remember, as far as I remember, if Sumali is Kaikasi's father, then only he can call Mamaji, na? So maternal uncle, not maternal brother, I think.
No.
He's
He is father of
grandfather,
Kaikasi. Grandfather, it seems. No?
maternal grandfather of Ravan. Yeah, so Kaikeshi's
Yeah.
father.
So yeah, Kaikasi's father. Correct. Hmm. Good, good. Yeah, nice. A recap to know who is who. So Vritrasura said, all the living entities who have taken birth in this material world must die. So in this regard, Prabhupada is saying, if by dying one can be elevated to higher planetary systems and be ever famous after his death, who is so foolish that he will refuse such a glorious death? Similar advice was also given by Krishna to Arjuna. Hmm? My dear Arjuna, the Lord says, do not desist from the fighting. If you gain victory in the fight, you will enjoy a kingdom. And if you die, you will be elevated to heavenly planets. Hmm? So, everyone should be ready to die while performing glorious deeds. A glorious person is not meant to meet death like cats and dogs. Hmm. That is a statement. And finally, Dvau Sammatav Iha Mrityu Durapau Yad Brahma Sandaranaya Jitashuhu Kalevaram Yogaratho Vijahyad Yad Agranir Virasaye Nivrittaha. So that's why he said there are two ways of meeting glorious death, and both are very rare. One is to die after performing bhakti yoga, by which one can control the mind and living force and die absorbed in thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The second is to die on the battlefield, leading the army and never showing one's back. These two kinds of deaths are recommended in the Shastras. Hare Krishna. Yeah. we have some time in case if anyone has question or want to share more. We covered a bit of philosophy also. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhuji, this was nice sacrifice. Yeah, nice sacrifice pastime. Prabhuji,
Yeah.
there is this attachment to the body that the Tiji Muni did not have. I mean, once first he said that for a living being, the most the body is the most lovable object, and still he could give up that body because he was a devotee, right? Or
Yeah. Yeah,
without.
basically, yeah, he's a yogi. So first of all, we have to appreciate that. He's a great yogi. So which means a yogi is not just mm, bodily conscious. Yeah. So he anyway had very less attachment to the body. Hmm. So, but giving up body, still there is some attachment one can have, or yeah, but one should have the spirit of sacrifice for higher purpose. So, this is also what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Hmm. For higher taste, yeah, one can easily sacrifice lower things. Or for higher purpose, one should give up all the lower longing. And in this case, Dadiji was saying, okay, let me serve the demigods after all. Um, and if I can be useful in this way, and that's why Prabhupada gives in one of the purports that we should be inspired by the spirit of Dadiji, that yes, though it's very painful, yeah, we see there are people who take life risks to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. I know the other day, I mean, I don't know even if you know this Prabhu. Anyone heard about Nikhilananda Prabhu? Oh, okay. Yeah, he was serving sometimes. He also was living in Gauradesh, but mainly in
Munich.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, but yeah, he was in. Was it Israel? I don't know which country was it, or Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. I don't know, one of these lands where there was a lot of bombing that was happening. He know that there were a lot of bombings happening. He could even see the bombs flying in, uh, landing in the spaces where they were. Yeah, but still, that he still was there. He really dared to distribute books and spread Krishna consciousness. Hmm. Prabhupada himself, he left, the place. Usually we see, right? Oh, what would be the best land for? From whom did we hear, Rupa? Recently, someone the best place to retire in is in India. Uh, Someone was telling, na, that there is a lot of care system. Hmm?
Very Madhav Prabhu.
When Mother Prabhu was saying, see, yeah, you can get some little pension from the government. Of course, it may not be too much. There is also people, yeah, comfort is what comfort? Yeah, whatever little comfort you want, if it is there, you can enjoy. Yeah, Prabhupada left India. Yeah, at that prime age where we are thinking of retirement from 40. And Prabhupada, of course, he left all the business affairs early, and he prepared himself that 69 he could establish or go to US and establish Krishna consciousness movement. That is possible when we understand that we are not this body. That's possible when we follow them who have proven that body, yeah, mm, priority should be for the soul. You know how His Holiness Kadambakanan Maharaj, he left the world. Yeah, it's not that after he was shot uh, from the back uh, by some people in Vrindavan, He didn't say, oh, let me, oh, it's very risky. Krishna consciousness is quite risky. No, he didn't do that. He took sannyas and then he started traveling all around the world to spread. So we always have to see how to navigate through these dangers. Yeah, danger we are not again going back and facing again, but we should not give up our Krishna consciousness, at least for the sake of body comfort. Yeah, when we keep trying to reach our limits, Krishna is saying, oh, okay, he reached his limit, then again, he gives us more, that we can try more. In the end, we have to come to this point anyway, that we are not this body. That's the reason we are reading Bhagavatam. That's the reason we are reading this Dadichi. How did he do it? Of course, he practiced yoga, he did all. For us, what chance we have to learn all these things at this age? What chance do we have that we can master? Yeah, because unlike we are talking about Satya Yuga, where they had years together to do all that. How many years do we have? We have to come to the sublime way of attaining perfection is by becoming Krishna conscious. And yeah, try to observe how much are we giving comfort to our body. Not too less, not too much. And that's possible by Krishna's direction. So we have to pay attention, become conscious, Krishna conscious, to understand what Krishna wants us to do. Yeah, nice point.
Thank you.
Good. Any other thoughts? So, Shruti Mataji, somehow we didn't manage to see you yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Prabhuji. It was a delay from
No.
my side. It was just not
No.
uncontrollable.
No worries. No worries. Yeah. In case if you can come next week, I don't know if you have some services in Golokadam, otherwise you can come to this Wiesbaden. We can meet there, or otherwise also we can meet some other.
Yeah, we signed up already for the next week in Golokadam, Prabhuji.
Good.
So, yeah,
Okay.
but we hope to
Okay.
see you maybe in the Rath Yatra.
Yes.
Most probably we will be there for Rath Yatra, so we'll get to see you.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण। See you tomorrow, 7:30 morning. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.